Hello, everyone. John Bruna here with the Daily Quote. Let's go ahead and get right to it. If we are constantly attending to how happy we would be if only this or that would happen, we create dissatisfaction in the current moment. Attending to the current moment, we may find that it offers us all that we really need. How much of our life do we spend, if only? If only. If only this or that would happen. If only this or that didn't happen. The thing about if only is almost everything that comes after that sentence is not based in reality. We can create a whole lot of stories. I used to think, wow, if only I could do this, then I would be happy. If only I had not done that. Or what missed opportunity that I didn't really take advantage of. How my life would be so different. Except it didn't happen. And the story I tell in my head, well, that never happened either. The if-onlys of the world. If only I had a different degree, I'd be in so much better of a situation today, let's say. Except I didn't get a different degree. And I don't know what would have happened if I did get that other degree. My mind makes up a story about how much more secure I would be. But we don't know what would have happened because it never happened. I don't tell myself the story that if I'd have got that other degree, taken a different college path maybe, that I would have got hit by a car, lost use of my legs. I don't tell myself that story. I just make up a wonderful story about how much more secure I'd be, how that degree would have helped me. This is an incredible way that is so common that we create discontent in our own lives, telling ourselves stories about things that never happened, longing for things that we think would make us happy, if only. And yet, in our own lives, we've had so many wonderful events. No matter the difficulties of our past, we've also had more wonderful events than we can even count. Wonderful meals, times where we were hugged or cared for, activities as a child, getting certain gifts, maybe vacations that we've gone on again and again and again. We have achieved, we have had wonderful events. And how long did the happiness last? How can we be here today thinking if only this or that happens, then I'll be happy, when this or that has happened a million times in our lives, getting just what we wanted and experiencing a short-term bit of happiness? If we can't be happy with all the things that we have accomplished or participated in, all the joys in our life right now, what in the world makes us think that that next thing will actually make us happy? Confusion is temporary moments of feeling pleasure versus lasting, sustainable happiness. And that comes from how we show up for life, not what we get from it. Let's not do the if-onlys. If only robs us of the incredible opportunity called today. Doesn't mean we shouldn't have goals, try to achieve things. And today I'll just share a very brief story of one of my if-onlys. And that was around the deep pain and suffering in my own life of having lost the right to have access to my own daughter. Some of you know a bit of my story, but in my past, drug addiction was part of my story. And due to that, I lost the right, the ability to be a father to my own daughter. I would find recovery. I would become a better human being. It's back in 1984, so 40 years now. I've lived a very different life. And as I found recovery, became a better human being, I had the suffering of not knowing where my daughter was, wanting her back in my life, wanting to be a good father. And an old timer told me, it's not how it works. Just because you've gotten better doesn't mean your daughter gets put back in your life. That's not how things work. I lost the right to be her father due to my activities. But he said, if she ever is put back in your life, you can be a father worth finding. That you have power over. And that was so clear. That was the least I could do for my daughter if I ever got a chance to be put back in her life. To be a father worth finding. That's something I could do today. So, rather than focusing on what I didn't have, I focused on who I could be. And on this day, 34 years ago, March 24th, 1991, I met my daughter. She's 8.5 years old. I hadn't seen her since she was around 10 months old. Best day of my life. Can't even begin to express in words what a gift it was to hug my daughter and finally be a father worth finding. And today's that anniversary, 34 years later. I did get to raise her. Today I have granddaughters and grandsons. Life is very different today because I took advantage of the opportunity of today instead of creating dissatisfaction of what I don't have. I focused on what I do have and who I could be. So I invite you today to recognize the opportunity of today, to be the person you want to be, right here, right now.